The Chickasaw Cultural Center in Sulphur, Oklahoma was designed from the outset to reflect the heart and soul of Hatakashlia Chickasha, the Chickasaw people. This is a place for all Chickasaw people to return home to and to see something of themselves reflected back. One of the first steps in the process of developing the center was a tribe-wide cultural survey conducted in 2001. A wide variety of responses were received from tribal citizens. One of the primary concerns of respondents was the fate of Chickashanumpa, the Chickasaw language, and a desire to both see and hear the language in use at their cultural center. Respondents mourned the impending loss of the language and encouraged its ongoing use simultaneously. This was simply the beginning of an overwhelming flood of interest in the Chickasaw language, due in large measure to the stated needs of our citizens and their desire to know the Chickasaw language. Every effort was made to incorporate it at each level of exhibit development, up to and including the creation and incorporation of Chickasaw place names. Ahulitubli, the Honor Garden, is the first major structure that visitors encounter upon driving onto the Chickasaw Cultural Center campus. This large stone structure encloses an interior garden and black granite fountain with copper feather elements. Large, etched granite plaques commemorate each Chickasaw Hall of Fame inductee and Silver Feather winner are mounted on the interior concentric circular walls. Ahulitubli, comprised of the locative prefix "a" and Holitubli, meaning to treasure, to take care of, love, hang on to, and in this context to honor, describes the function of this monument to our Chickasaw people, a place to honor and be honored. At the front of the Chickasaw Cultural Center's building complex, visitors encounter the bus pavilion, a long copper and concrete wall structure with overhanging roof, where large groups are offloaded from private vehicles and tour buses. This entrance is simply named Chogwa, which translates as to go into, but Chogwa is also commonly used as a command, come in. Within the administration building and the Chickasha Exhibit Center are an art gallery and retail store, respectively both called Achompa in the Chickasaw language. A is a locative prefix meaning a place, while Chompa means to buy. While the general translation of this term is town, store, or trading post, its use here suggests a place to buy things. Upon leaving the administration building, visitors will encounter the Libraries and Archives building that serves as the repository for the Chickasaw Nation's vast collection of materials including books, papers, photographs, and objects relating to the history and culture of the Chickasaw people and to the broader history and culture of the native peoples of what is now the southeastern United States. This building, named simply Holiso, meaning paper, book, or page, is fully titled Holiso Center for the Study of Chickasaw History and Culture. This center is the premier research institution for Chickasaw people and scholars of the Southeast alike. Situated between the administrative building, the Holiso Center, and the Ahulitubli Honor Garden sits a large hayip or pond into which a large walkway and shelter structure have been built. Visitors to the Chickasaw Cultural Center are able to walk directly out to the pond in order to enjoy the sights and sounds of the area landscape and water features. The name of this structure, Oka Benili, is descriptive of its purpose. Oka, water, A, indicating a place, and Benili, to sit down in a place, the name meaning a place for sitting on the water. The name of the Exhibit Center building perhaps encompasses best the philosophy behind the Chickasaw Cultural Center, a place built by, with, and for the Chickasaw people. Chickasha, we are Chickasaw, is a statement simultaneously prideful and welcoming. Prideful in that we, the Chickasaw people, are still here, having persevered through centuries of conflict and challenge. Welcoming in that, secure in the knowledge of who we are, we welcome others to come and learn about us. Chickasha is the tribal self-nominative anglicized to Chickasaw. Po indicates we, while ya is a Chickasaw verb meaning to be. Chickasha is spelled in the orthography of Mr. Jess J. Humes and Mrs. Vinnie Mae James Humes, the co-authors of a Chickasaw dictionary, the first dictionary of the Chickasaw language, published in 1973. Aetafama, to meet each other in or have a meeting in, was used for the large glass-enclosed porch and maple-clad multipurpose room located inside the Chickasha Exhibit Center. Overlooking the amphitheater, walkway, and theater building, the Atafama room is a flexible space used for temporary exhibits, receptions, and meetings. A indicates a place, iti is a reciprocal verb prefix glossed as together, while afama means to meet or encounter, the whole suggesting a place for meeting together. The Anole Theater's name derives from the Chickasaw word anole, meaning to tell, tell on, or tell about. The theater is, of course, primarily a place to tell the Chickasaw story through film, but it also serves as a venue for other events, including conferences, lecture series, books, and poetry readings, and other spoken word events. It's also a cool and dry alternative to the amphitheater for our cultural demonstrators to engage the audience in traditional stomp dance, song, and storytelling. Located in the Anole Theater building, the Ayimpa Cafe offers a traditionally inspired menu to visitors and employees of the Chickasaw Cultural Center, including pishofa, a traditional corn and pork dish, and punkiashfola, grape dumplings. Ayimpa is composed of the located prefix a and impa, meaning to eat, have a meal, or dine. The character at the end of the name is called a glottal stop, a meaningful sound in Chickasaw that can change a verb to a noun. For example, its inclusion changes impa, the verb, which is to eat, have a meal, or dine, to impa, the noun meaning food or groceries. Together, the descriptive phrase ayimpa means a place to eat. Situated between the Chickasha Exhibit Center and the Anole Theater is a large outdoor amphitheater, used for outdoor concerts, dramatic performances, gospel and Choctaw hymn singings, stomp dance demonstrations, and general outdoor seating. The amphitheater is called Kocha a Binili in the Chickasaw language. Kocha is a Chickasaw word meaning outside or the outside, while a is a locative prefix and binili means to sit down in a place, the name together meaning a place for sitting outside. Just above the Kocha a Binili amphitheater and just outside the Atafama meeting room is a sidewalk extending out past the rapidly sloping hill that leads down to Rock Creek. The Aba Anoa Sky Pavilion extends out into this space above this hill, its name meaning a place for walking above. Aba meaning up, something above ground level, the locative prefix a, and Noa meaning to walk or go around. Visitors who follow the Aba Anoa Sky Pavilion out to its termination encounter a breathtaking view of the thickly wooded lands through which Rock Creek meanders and upon which sits a recreated 18th century Chickasaw village. Situated in a large clearing just past the base of the Aba Anoa Sky Pavilion sits the Chickasha and Chuka Chickasaw village. Chickasha, anglicized as Chickasaw, and Inchuka, meaning home, possessed house, together meaning the Chickasaw's house or home. The Chickasha and Chuka Chickasaw village is a recreation of an 18th century Chickasaw village site. The village, surrounded by a fortified wooden wall, is comprised of summer houses, winter houses, corn crib structures, a large mountain house, stomp dance ground and arbors, a stickball field, and a large, flat-top earthen mound, recalling our ancient mound culture. We are dedicated to keeping our language a living, vibrant, and dynamic entity, a physical and spiritual presence on the tongues and in the hearts of the Chickasha people. We keep our language alive in part by creating new words and place names in Chickashanompa, while we continue the traditional practice of place naming by describing a feature or a function of a particular place. We also demonstrate our commitment to language survival through the creation of new words. We are telling the world that we are a living, dynamic culture by naming our places. Through naming, we are saying Chickashapoya Chaloya Shakatima. We are Chickasaw, and we are still here.